Hello, Bodge's back with another episode of Bish, Bash and Bodge. So, I'm all about upcycling. So today I'm going to take you along a little tour that I do around the area. Now you see, I'm wearing the high-vis, so no one stops me, because people might think it's a little bit dodgy, rummaging through the hedge for a little bit of recycling. Now, if you're always wearing a high-vis, no one will ever question what you're doing, because it looks like you're doing good in society. So let's just have a little walk along here and have a look at some recycling that we can use for our pots. Okay, so crisp packets, no, that's out. Glass bottle, no. Look at this. What do we have here? Looks to me like some sort of old vegetable container, and it's already got pre-made holes in there, so I'll pack that with soil and I'll probably put 2 in there. Where else? What we got here? We got lovely. We've got a bottle of water. It's already got some water, so I'll reuse that water as well, because you've got to think about those in the world that don't have water supply, and this here is a bottle with water in it, so I'm going to reuse that. Come back, hold me to that one. Now I've got a Coke bottle here. This could be 2 things. I'll cut it off the bottom, I'll fill it with soil, then I'll turn it upside down and I'll put some holes in it and I'll put it into the planter so the water can get to the bottom roots. What else do we have? Another orange bottle. That'll be good. Cut at same point, same difference. Now I've just spotted an absolute treat. And when I say treat, I really mean it. An old Cherry Bakewell cake container. Fill that across, little finger, 1 centimeter in each pot, 2 seeds. Now the reason why I use 2 seeds, in case one is a dud, but then what will happen is 2 will grow. If one isn't a dud, 2 will grow. Then you take the weaker of the 2, throw that one over the shoulder for good luck, and then you keep that one. But remember, little holes in the bottom, because if you put too much water in, you'll drown the roots and the plant will die. Sometimes you have to get deep into the hedge. Find gems like that. Now, I'm not lying when I say this. You can use virtually any container that you find on the streets. You're doing your little bit for society, but you're also doing your little bit for yourself. Self-satisfaction. Yogurt pot. Now in here there is some water, so what I'm going to do I'm going to save that for later, because Bodge's always about upcycling, and you can even upcycle and recycle water. They used to do that in the army. When they'd run out of water in the war fields, what they'd do is they would urinate into a bottle and they keep it so their fluids could stay hydrated. Fact. And what a gem I found there. Dairy Lee dunkable pot. That is perfect. What I'll do is I'll do 1, 2, 3 seeds in there, 1 in that side, 4 tomato plants, which produce about 10 tomatoes a day. Now if you work that out, what have I got in here? Yeah, that little pot there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 layer at the bottom, you get about 16 tomatoes in each pot. Well, my plants are giving you about 10 to 16 daily. Now, I've got 30 to 40 seedlings on the side at home that I need to transport into these pots. Come on, let's go. Behind me, there's a graveyard. Now, I'm not gonna go in there because obviously it's disrespectful to the dead, but I am gonna show you what people have been doing, which I find disrespectful. Come in here, just have a look at all the rubbish along there. Keep going, keep going. But this is what takes the penny. This is what takes the penny. Keep going. Plant pots. Plant pots. I can't believe they would throw away plant pots. Now that is just wasteful. That one's going straight in there. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Bish, Bash, and you got it, Bodge. So here we are in my garden next to my plant right now. I've got my milk bowl, got my tomato veg pot. Now for this one, simple. Now this soil here is a mixture of topsoil and compost, and I've turned that into the earth. This one here, I can actually, because it's rather large, I can put a bigger plant in. Now I have him, and you want to disturb the roots as less as possible. And I'm gonna give him the whole pot. I think he deserves it, as he's the only one out of that to grow. Look at that. There we are, and that will sit straight on my windowsill, and it'll begin to develop. And I'll be able to see when the roots get to the bottom, because it's see-through and visible. When the roots get to the bottom, I'll be able to stick that straight into that plant that I built the other day. So we're gonna put him over here, in shot. Now, where's that water? People say water doesn't come for free. Well, it certainly well does in this instance. Bit of lemon and lime, can't hurt him. Sugar, bit of energy. There we are, and I can see the water go to the bottom there. And drainage holes. See that? Drain out the bottom. Lovely. So when you first transport a plant, you've got to make sure you water it well, so the roots are wet, because what will happen when you first transport it, if you take it straight out the soil, it will go right. So what will happen is it will droop, and it will take about a day for it to back up when it sees that sunshine. This one can be used for seedlings. See that cake tray? So these are San Marzano tubes, 60 organic, and these are Italian seeds for tomato sauce. So I'll open that there, Bodge back, come on. See that? I'm gonna put 2 in each one, remember that one. Okay, Bish, Bash, and you got it, Bodge. So we've just gone into March now. So we're starting to enter spring. Most people think spring is the 1st of March. It's not, it's the 20th of March. From the 20th of March to the 20th of June. Now, off camera, what I did, bashed a couple of holes in the top there. That is like a watering can. Empty that. Remember this bad boy. Reusable water. Lid back on, and I'll hold it up so you can see this. I forgot to put holes in the bottom. Hold back. Bodge is back. Right, so a couple of holes, little nail. Holes there. Nice. Right. Watering can. That. Next step. Cling film. Wrap that around there and stick it in the warmest spot of the house. Now, I've germinated seeds before in the airing cupboard, but you can put them above a radiator on a windowsill. That's probably the best place to put them. But sometimes, if the conditions, like in the winter, if it's too cold, then pop them in the airing cupboard, wait until you see a sprout, and then stick them in sunlight. So that now is going to be 6, well, technically it should be 12 seeds that sprout. Throw away over the shoulder for good luck, which I'll show you that now. Look, this one here, 2 week, he's gone. And that is good luck, and that brings luck to the next sprout seedling that's coming through, yeah? Dairy Leaf Dunkables, look at the depth. That is seed worthy. So here, in, And there we are. Bish, bash, and you got it. Bodge. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. So that'll be 6 coming through. Show that off there. Put that away. Remember to put your holes in the bottom. Remember the hybrid I told you about the other day? There he is. Hybrid not only can do wood, rock and brick, which is rock, and masonry and all that lot in that category, can also do plastic. So I've got my holes. I've got my soil. Now this, gents, ladies, requires 2 fingers. There we are. So remember, take them out by the leaves. I'm going to split these. That one's going in there. And remember, when you transplant him, give him a sprinkle. So he'll be a bit sad, he'll be a bit droopy for a while, but he will build back up. Next, the big bowl. Film to the top, 2 fingers. This one, taken by the leaves. Give a little squeeze at the bottom. Out he comes. In he goes. Wrap it round. Give him a sprinkle. Think, what do I do with this, Bodge? Well, I'm going to show you that now. I give it a fair few drills. Bish, bash, and Bodge. So, this now has watering holes at the bottom. So when I have a planter, and I've got something like a courgette or my cucumber, and the roots at the bottom, if you water it from the top, they're not getting enough water. And usually if you're indoors, you take the plant out of the pot and you put it in a bowl of water, and the roots will soak up the water. Well, this is what you do here. Dig a hole, get it like a dog, stick that down there, put the soil around it. Let's just say you have a plant on that side, that ends up being quite big, a plant on this side, yeah? Then, you take the water, and just pour it straight down in there. With those holes at the bottom, out it goes, and then all the plants in there have enough water to then flourish and grow. So, what did you learn today on Bish, Bash and Bodge? Well, let me tell you, just a quick recap. Firstly, you learned how to plant a seed into a small container and wrap it in cling film for humidity, 13 degrees Celsius. Secondly, you learned how to make a transport using the leaves and disturbing the roots as little as possible into a bigger container to allow it to flourish at an earlier stage of its life. Thirdly, you learn how to integrate water into integration system into the soil. And fourthly, how to make a watering can out of a plastic bottle. So 4 things you learned today. And last but not least, being environmental friendly for the community and getting out there and cleaning up our streets in Britain. Thank you very much. That's another episode of Bish, Bash, and you've got it, Bodge. Don't forget to subscribe at the bottom.